Yes, guys. Hello and welcome back to the Once You're In podcast.
The most snappy intro from Finn in months.
Wow. Welcome to season 3. That's what we're going to call it. Okay, yeah. Season 3, episode 120. So we were almost going to say every season, I guess, is 60 episodes. It's definitely not. I feel like season 1 was like 100 and something. Season 2 was like 5 episodes in between these shows. This is now season 3.
Yes.
So season 3, usually seasons like they either by this point they get worse or they get really good.
Yeah.
You know, like some shows, the first season's like amazing, the second one's pretty good.
Yeah, and then it just
gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
But then you also have some where like by season 3,
Better Call Saul gets better every season.
Yeah, this is getting pretty good.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I feel like season 3 is going to be a good one because we're both going to be fat.
Yeah.
We're going to get plenty of guests on.
Yep.
And we're going to be providing you with much more consistent content.
Yeah, back to where we were before. I feel like there's been a few new podcasts, and it's like we've been not slacking, but we just haven't been doing it. So,
mate, people can't take us off the top spot though.
No,
you see how many ratings we've got on Spotify?
Yeah. We see how many ratings, guys.
See how many? Yeah, but they're not the ratings.
Oh, they're not ratings. 770
that's
followers,
which makes me think how that's mental that we've got 770 people
notified.
that actually follow the podcast. So thank you if you are one of those 770.
I follow zero followers.
Yeah, I don't follow any
a single thing. I couldn't imagine being like, "Oh, a new podcast."
I didn't think that was a thing, but apparently it is. So thank you to those that follow us on Spotify.
Yeah.
And then we've got the YouTube subscribers. Let's try and get that up to 500, guys.
Yeah.
Especially like now we're bringing out season 3.
Yeah.
And it is going to be more consistent.
Yes.
And then in terms of ratings, what was it?
353.
353.
5 stars.
353 and 5 stars. Thank you very, very much. Which is actually pretty mental. Like when you compare that to some pretty big podcasts.
Yeah.
Like that's more than J3U. It's more than 3DMJ.
Yeah.
It's more than a fair few. Now, I know it's because we absolutely beg it, but still.
They never mention it. We're like, please, guys.
Still, it is pretty cool. So, story tags, as always, massively appreciated. But let's get into it. So,
we're back.
We are back.
Finn's prep is done.
I'm back. Let's just... Well, first of all, we filmed a really good episode.
Yeah.
And
was it 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was before the UK finals.
Was it? It was the week before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we filmed a really, really good episode. We just did it as a catch-up. It was just going to be the audio because we forgot the camera. Or I forgot the cameras because I had them both at mine from when we did the episode at mine. But yeah, basically we filmed a really good episode. It was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Really good episode. It was like an interview style because we were facing each other.
Yeah.
We had a really good chat about like everything. And then we lost the audio.
Yeah. But I felt quite good afterwards. So I went home and I was like, "You're in a good mood." I was like, "I had a nice chat with Finn."
Yeah,
it was just good. It felt like a good chat.
But then we lost the audio.
Yeah.
So like I was fuming, but I was like, "It is what it is. There's no point stressing."
And then life's been downhill ever since. And to be fair, Finn's physique kind of followed suit, and somehow the result got better. So yeah. So pretty much because we haven't actually spoke. Did we miss out anything? No, was it apple?
Do you want to try it?
Don't really like the apple. Have a sip. Do you want to?
So this is I'll try. I'll try the White Monster. I've never tried it.
Oh, you never tried a White Monster? There you go.
The Ultra Paradise is fantastic. The Peachy Keen is also fantastic. So Miles messaged me.
That's sharp.
It's good, mate. Miles messaged me and he was like, "You've become everything you like. You
once hated."
Yeah, you once hated, or something like that. Yeah. Which is basically because I used to take the piss out of him for having like a tier list for monsters. I don't have a tier list, so I haven't become everything I once hated.
You just prefer.
But I've got an internal tier list.
Yeah, you got preferences regarding what you like. So if you think about it, last time we did a podcast, I don't even know when. It was quite a long while ago. Since then, we've had UK FBA finals. Anything that we needed to cover before that? Like,
should we have a quick look on my Instagram and then we can work chronologically?
Yeah, we can do.
So when we last did the podcast, I don't know what date it was.
I'll have a look on the dates. Oh no, I wouldn't be able to because that was the date it was uploaded.
Yeah, but still, it was similar time. I don't think it took Sam that long.
Let's have a look. Episode 119, where have we been? God, that was a month ago, and it's like another month. Where have we been? In every episode, where have we been?
Same again next month.
Yeah, same again next month. See you later, guys.
Monthly episodes.
Catch you guys in 2025.
So that was, a month ago?
25th of September, so that was, just a few days before.
Okay, so around that time, we had the UKDFBA Heart of England that Josh won the overall.
Yep.
That was really, really cool.
Yep.
At this point, I was like 15 days out, so 2 weeks out from the finals, and feeling and looking
pretty good.
To be
fair, was when you were like your sharpest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling and looking good. Started the linear load. Looked really good for like the first probably like 3-4 days into the linear load. That was
that was the best. That was the sharpest you looked.
Yeah,
that
I was
like,
still pretty flat.
Yeah,
but that was probably the best that I'd looked. That was 157.25. So that was actually the lightest that I saw the whole prep.
No wonder you're sharpest.
Yeah, obviously I'm going to look my sharpest, but I was also still a bit flat. And then as I started filling up from there,
spilled.
I just started to look a little bit more watery.
Yeah.
And I also just think that super compensation effect just sort of wore off a little bit.
Yeah.
So that I depleted so much and felt so shit, and then started feeding up a little bit, felt incredible, training was incredible, looked really good. And then that just sort of like dwindles. Like that's not going to carry on forever because your body soon adapts to that being the norm. So that's that super compensation effect sort of dwindling away. I still looked good. I was still happy. About a week out from the finals, still really happy. And then started to sort of get in my own head and think I'm not looking quite as good. I was like...
Finn also had a breakdown at this point, I think. The week before.
I was like 2 pounds up. No, the breakdown spurred on the linear load.
Okay, we didn't actually speak... We spoke about the breakdown, but it never got publicised.
So the breakdown...
Finn had a bit of a he had a bit of a meltdown. He curbed his car, was late to shopping because of traffic, and then had a bit of a cry.
Yeah, I cried for the first time in as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
Probably like 4 or 5 years.
And then immediately was like, I'm starting the linear load. Need food. I need to save myself mentally.
I had an awful session, the first one in like ages. I looked awful post-workout. Like my physique was just like stringy and looked like shit. And then it was Friday night, and me and Shannon have been like trying to have a date night on Friday, which was basically our date night was go shopping because then I can get steps done. So we went shopping, or we planned to go shopping, and then the traffic was really bad. My maps kept playing up and taking me down like wrong way streets in Leicester. And then when I got into the car park finally, which was like literally it took me like an hour for like a 15-minute drive, and Shannon was like waiting for me. When I got into the car park, I properly curbed my wheel.
And guys, like if anyone's parked like Leicester High Cross, it's not just small they are huge. Yeah. If you even scrape your tires, like your rims fucked.
Luckily, like the tire's been fine. I didn't properly damage the wheel. It just looks a bit shit.
Yeah. And
I was like, oh, fuck's sake. Like, got parked up. Shannon came and met me, and then I basically just broke down. And I was like, I don't really want to go shopping. Like, I just threw my toys out of the pram. But I think it was just it wasn't just the curbing of the wheel. It was like everything accumulated together. Like not being happy with how I looked. Really shit session. Like feeling just trashed. Like I've dealt with that throughout the entire prep. It was just almost like an accumulation of all these things, and then being behind on timings based on the traffic. Yeah. So basically, I had a bit of a breakdown. Went shopping with Shannon. Messaged Reese about it, and I was like, do you think I should go for food tonight? Because Shannon was like, maybe we should go for some food. And after the A1, Reese was like, listen to Shannon, like if she's saying like you're being almost like you're almost acting out of the sort of ordinary for yourself, like listen to her, because that's probably a case that you're pushing yourself a bit too hard. And I definitely was. I was getting back into the same mentality of like, I need to do more. Like I've dipped in and out of that like so much throughout the entire prep. Yeah. Like there were points where I'd catch myself being like, what am I doing? Like, because I'd be like, I've literally done what I said 2 days ago was stupid, and I'm trying to do it.
The reason why it happened was because you trained on the, like, we trained together, and you were saying the whole session when you were posing, you were like, I could be leader, and I was like, you maybe could be, and then you were like, so I'm going to, but I don't want to get into the same spot I was in the A1. I was like, well, so don't try and get lean, just hold. Yeah. And then you pushed yourself on that Thursday. I remember you took away food, and I think you pushed up your steps on that day. And then Friday is the day that it's like it spills over. And
that Thursday, I remember literally thinking, I'm not going to sit down.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, I need to stay on my feet today because I'm going to see a new low. I was like, I need to stay on my feet. Yeah. And I literally, the whole day, I didn't allow myself to sit down. Like, I just kept moving. Like, I was like, right, I need to do this, need to do that, go on a walk. Like, I walked to L Foods, came back home, and then I was like, I'm going to walk back towards L Foods because I'm going to go and get a decaf coffee. Yeah. And it's like, I just kept moving to be like, I'm gonna keep moving because I'm going to get leaner. And then I think I might have been down the day after, I don't know. But either way, I felt horrendous and looked horrendous, and my session was awful. And I was like, oh dear.
No. So it's easily done. So yeah, that started the linear load. We then we'll kind of skip linear load, pretty simple. Food was escalated. Your steps and stuff weren't that high, so it wasn't really like you needed to pull down too much. It was only the last few days. Then UKD FBA finals on the 8th. Finn got third. What's your opinion on that, mate? Now you've had time to... Admittedly, I think that was your best look in all comparison to every show. But also, I do think, again, you probably could have been a little bit fuller across the top line. I think your posing could have been a fair bit better. Like, you definitely... I feel like, if anything, I said to Finn after the last show, it was a more mature sort of performance on stage, where the UKD FBA, I think it was like, you were like, I feel pretty good. First time on stage, feel good, you were confident, and you almost like, not let it get to you, but you definitely didn't pose as well, and stuff like that, like a few little technicalities that you sorted out.
I went into the UKD FBA really confident. I did feel really, really good. I felt better like the week before, but I still felt really confident. I was really happy with how I was looking. I was thinking I can beat Charlie, and if I beat Charlie, I think I can win. And then obviously the German guy turned up, Timo, and he won. And then Charlie came second, who was just...
And Timo was he's so complete, like really complete.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah. He was really good. He just had the best overall package, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then it's almost like Charlie was just a bit sharper and harder than me, and he's got more muscle. Like, he's not got more muscle, but he's more mature. Like, you can tell he's got the ability to get that bit harder, and he's obviously competed multiple times. I think he's got like 5 years on me or something like that. Yeah. I don't know how old Timo is. I don't think he's old, to be fair. I think he's actually quite young. But he's just really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would, like, again, result wise, I'd never question any of the results apart from the one that's just happened. But I wouldn't be like, oh, I should have placed it here or there. Like,
no, I think I don't think you would have at all. The Timo was the clear winner, and I think if you had finished second, it wouldn't have been like, oh my god, Charlie was robbed. But then at the same time, I think Charlie had a few things over you that were a little bit better. Like when they called you out for third, I was like, oh, that's annoying. Could have been a second. But when I saw the guy who won, I was like, yeah, sound. Like, sometimes you just see it would probably be like me and Axel, like a few years back, where you can be better. I was the best in that lineup by everybody by a considerable distance, but there's one dude that's a lot better than me, and you just sometimes go, sound, you get beat. Like, if anything, it's part of it. It's part of bodybuilding. And then that saw us nicely. So then it was 2 weeks till WMBF. Finn's physique definitely started to fade a little bit.
I don't know. I think a few days later, I was looking good. I had a good week of training, but then I think that week of training just battered me. Yeah. And then also I had a busy weekend with... I'm pretty sure I had a show...
We trained that week, didn't we? Like the week after, and that was pretty good.
We had the show on the Sunday, the PCA finals, and I was on my feet all day, and I was fat loading. Yeah. So it was like, okay... I think the day after I was like pretty much same, like almost like a new low again. Yeah. Or like a match low. And I was pretty happy with the look after the fat load, but I just sort of was too depleted, and at this point, like, my training just got to a point where it's like I wasn't training very well. I was obviously giving my all to the sessions, but it was like I could just tell that my body was tired. But then obviously being a week out, it's like I didn't really have the time to think like, right, I can really ramp up food or anything. And in reality, I probably should have pushed food harder earlier on in the week.
Yeah, not later.
Yeah.
But or you just didn't need to run the fat load. And it probably would have been better to have just had like...
Potentially, but I think the fat load definitely... I actually do think the fat load benefited me in terms of like how I looked after the fat load. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think I actually looked pretty good after the fat load. Yeah. And then when I started loading the carbs, I think I should have just loaded more. Yeah. I think I'd have looked a lot better for it, because like 2 days out, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm looking like nowhere near as good as I have. And then one day out, I was like, yeah, I'm still...
Yeah, like, we trained on like the Wednesday or Thursday, and I remember like you posed, and I was like, I didn't really say anything. You were like, what do you reckon? I was like, I could tell you're tired. And then you were like, and you looked at me, you were like, yeah. And it was like this, it was this kind of like acceptance of like, when you're just not on, but you're just like, you're not, it wasn't awful. It was just like not the same.
Yeah, it wasn't like horrendous. It was more so a case of just like, I know I'm not my best. Yeah. And then obviously I messaged you Friday night. Yeah. And the show was obviously Sunday. And I was like, let's just fucking load. I was like, because I'm really not looking that good. I was like, I think we basically said, I'm not at my sharpest, but I'm also not full. It was like, I'm in between. So it was like, we're not going to drastically improve the look in the space of what it was by that point.
You're not going to sharpen up. You're not going to sharpen up in 48 hours.
So let's just play the fullness card. Yeah. So we went to play the fullness card, and it wasn't really working. It was like I went out for a Nando's. And what else did we get? I think we got like 500 calories worth of dessert food. I got like a Krispy Kreme, and then I can't remember what else we got. and I can't remember what was I was up the next day, but not
you
a
were
lot.
164, then you were 164.75, then you came down to like 164.25, didn't you? Yeah.
Basically, then on the actual show day itself, it was like, right, let's just eat a bit more and just try and make sure that I'm full and get a good pump, because I could just tell on the day, like, just didn't feel great.
Yeah.
Like on other show days I have done, but yeah, I still was pretty happy with how we brought it back, because if I'd have stepped on stage like 2 days before, I don't think I'd have placed.
No, I think you would have probably, Rob probably could have beat you, but I don't think you wouldn't have placed. Like, you would have been like top 5 still.
Yeah.
It would have probably
I don't know.
changed.
The standard wasn't like it was a bad class. I'd have still been leaner than a lot of them.
Yeah,
but
the guy that finished last, first guy that walked out, that French guy, who was upstairs saying like, "Don't, congrats, bro." There was a guy upstairs. If you're watching this, you were bellend. Literally was upstairs. He was like, he elbowed me and then says, "I'm pumping up here. Can you move?" And I'm like, "No, mate, my bag's there. Like, you just move over." Pumping up where like literally everyone's like sat. Such an idiot. And then steps on stage looking about 12 weeks out. It's like, that's why you're angry, bro.
You know what's
got
crazy though?
You're fat.
You said to me backstage, you're like, "Oh, you're up against that bellend from upstairs, and he's fat, so it'll be funny."
Yeah.
Like something like that. And the thing is, like, you'd never say that about somebody who wasn't being.
Yeah, I'm not that much of an idiot.
He was being a bellend.
Yeah.
But backstage, I thought he looked great. Like,
that's funny. That's how, because I looked at him like he looks awful.
Honestly, mate, it's crazy. Like, you just don't.
You're in your own head
and like,
so
there's
much.
some of the photos, and again, a lot of the time, I'm very critical. I don't like how I look a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Some of the photos and some of the videos, I'm like, fucking hell! Like, I didn't realise that I look like that. Like,
well, mate, you finished like at UK FBA finals 3rd, and then you finished 2nd and then 1st. That's not bad.
Yeah, we haven't even gone.
No, that's not bad. Like, again, it's not like. I don't think, I've said to you before, you're not like a lights out, oh my god, genetic freak, but you're not bad.
No,
but I think in your head you view yourself as like pretty shit.
Yeah, but it's because I not overanalyze. I'm just hypercritical, which I think is good. It's a good way to be in this sport. Like, very rarely will I say to myself like, "Oh, that's a really good shot," or like saying to a client, I won't be like, "Oh, mate, this is incredible." Like, I'll be like, "This is really good, but this shot's not. This needs to be better." Like,
exactly.
That's how I always am. But yeah, so basically,
the outcome, Finn, speak.
The outcome is I'm a fucking British champ, guys.
Yeah, you got 2nd, and then after VAR review, that comment from me got like 45 likes. Yeah. Basically, Finn got called out 2nd. He was very upset.
I won Golden Era though.
Yeah, he won the Golden. They gave him a pity Golden Era award that he shouldn't have won. The guy that actually won 100%. Should have won the Golden Era award. What? He was way more classic than you.
What happened was they felt sorry for me because I came 2nd. So they gave me Golden Era.
And they wanted Finn to stay around to the end of the show.
Yeah. They gave me Golden Era. And I was like, I joked about it. I was like, "Oh, it's because of my mustache." And then as soon as I'd like gone back to the back of the stage.
I knew immediately. The second they called you out, I was like, "Oh."
They actually announced the awards.
Yeah.
And then I realised, I was like, they've given me that because I've been beaten by him. And I was like, fuck. I was like, because I like jokingly was like happy that I'd won the Golden Era, even though I don't do it I don't compete to be classic. So it was just a case of, oh, it's cool, I've won it. And then when I got to the back of the stage, I was like, that's a pity win.
Yeah.
Because I shouldn't have won that. Because I'm not classic.
Yeah. It's like when I got told, "Oh, you got 2nd in the overall. You were really good in the overall." After I got beat in the novice, and I was like, "Fuck off!" Yeah. And I was like, "You just told me that because I hit my front shot differently. Yeah, you look so much sharper in 10 minutes. Fuck off! Just don't. I don't need a pity award. Yeah. Just leave. Let me be depressed."
So I got a pity award, but you don't even get a medal or anything for it. You just take 2 photos at the front of the stage, and then you have to wait around all day and come back later. But yeah, did the Golden Era, won the Golden Era, went to the back of the stage. Obviously, they announced 5th, 4th, 3rd, and I kind of knew I was top 2 based on what people had said. I wasn't 100% sure. Obviously, you never know for sure, but like based on what people had said backstage, based on the fact it was kind of like me and him being moved around each other, I was like, right, okay, I think I'm top 2. And then obviously I got called out 2nd, and I was like, yeah, okay. Obviously, I was a bit gutted because I didn't want to come 2nd. I wanted to win, of course. And then he won. And then I
had the worst interview ever backstage.
Oh, fucking hell. They made me do this interview. I don't even know where. I'll have to find that.
Yeah. It was. I was stood there laughing. I was literally just I was like, it was
I
hard
nearly
not
went.
to.
And so they interviewed Rob, who came 3rd. And then I was in the queue to be interviewed 2nd. And obviously I had a face on. I was fuming. But I wasn't fuming about the result at all. I wasn't like, oh, I should have won. I don't want people to ever think that I'm fuming about the result. I was disappointed in me not winning the British title, which I fucking did. But I was disappointed in that. I was disappointed because I really wanted to win it. And I was like, I think I can win it if I'm my best. And I don't think I was my best on the day. So I was really disappointed that I wasn't my best. I wasn't disappointed in the fact that he'd beat me or the judging or anything like that. But they made us do an interview with the tanning guy. I think are they called like Muscle something? I don't know. I can't remember what his brand is. But basically, the guy who does the tans was doing the interviews. And
it's the last thing you want to hear. Like,
well, Rob was being interviewed, and then I was in the queue, and then the guy who won skipped the queue to go and get interviewed after Rob.
Yeah.
And I was just stood there, and I went, "Fuck this!" I was like, "I'm not doing it." I was like, "I've just waited for like 5 minutes for Rob to finish, and then this guy just walked past me." I was like, "I'm not," and then they're like, "No, it should be second. It should be second next." So I was like, "Fine, I'll do the interview."
And then you get the whole like, "You look really good."
Oh mate,
and
you should be so proud of yourself. And he's like staring me in the eye, like just trying to. Don't get me wrong, he's being nice, like.
But it's the comments you don't need to hear. No. You can hear the next day. You can hear it next hour.
Without like, being
you don't need to hear it immediately afterwards.
I don't need to hear it from somebody I don't know
who's not even watched.
Yeah,
he's actually just watched from the side.
Yeah. I don't need to like. I don't need your sympathy or encouragement, no matter how nice you're trying to be. I appreciate
See you again next year.
Yeah, appreciate it, but I don't need that. So anyway, that was annoying. I did the interview and I was like, yeah, thank you. Like, can we get this done? I probably look like an absolute twat on the interview. So if I do, it is what it is. But
sue me, I won.
Who's going to come off stage and I don't think you should ever come off stage if you come second and be like, oh yeah, I'm so buzzing. Like at least that's not how I would feel.
No.
Like, but anyway, turns out the guy who won was already a pro. So basically, he won his pro card in Israel. So he came over from Israel to compete in this show. He already had won his pro card in Israel. I think maybe last year or 2 years ago. I think after this show, he put WMBF Pro in his bio, even though he didn't win the pro card at the show.
Yeah.
And then a few people messaged me, and I was like, oh, it is what it is.
You mentioned it to me like the next morning.
Yeah, but I was
but you were like, oh mate, apparently, and I was just like, oh, that's weird. Like,
yeah, we didn't care, did we? We were just like,
weird.
It is what it is. Like, I wasn't going to be like, oh my god, this guy's already a pro, I need to sort this out. Like, I was like, okay, cool. Like, I don't know, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I had a few people message me, and then turns out a few people messaged the WMBF and messaged Steph about it, who's the president of the WMBF. Shannon was looking into it, and she found a post that said he was like champion of champions and pro card winner, because obviously all his posts are in Israeli.
Israelic?
Is that their language? I don't know. Sorry if that's offending anyone. But basically, all of his posts are in Israeli.
He's an Israelite.
So Shannon, like, obviously you can translate it and stuff. And she was like, "Oh yeah, this." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I don't really care. Like, it's happened now. It is what it is." I was like, "Let me just focus on getting back into normal routine and off season."
Yeah.
And then Steph messaged me on Instagram, or the WMBF page messaged me and just said, "Can we have a call tomorrow?" And I thought it was going to be asking me to do Seattle, because I'd said that I'm not going to do it because I'm on holiday like 2 days after. And the plan was never really to do Seattle anyway, unless I was like at a really high level. I think if I'd have been like a clear winner, then maybe I would have gone and done Seattle, because the standard at the Worlds is usually not as good, or it's similar to the UK. So if I'd have had a chance to like go and do really well, then I might have done it. But even then, like, it would have been a bit too rushed, with especially with now looking at going to Vegas with Josh. And then it'd have been Seattle just after, and then going to Morocco like just after.
Oh,
it's like too much. And also my physique's just not getting any better.
Yeah.
And my body just needs the rest, and I just need to get back into a really good position to grow. So that was always the plan. And Steph was really understanding of that, to be fair. But I thought she was ringing me or FaceTiming me, Zooming me to chat about that, because I thought she'd want to be like, oh, come and do Seattle. But instead, she was telling me that about this situation, which I did think maybe there's a chance that it could be about that, but I was like, I don't really know. We'll see. And then, basically she was like, how do you feel about the weekend? And I told her, and I was like, obviously I was disappointed to come second. You never compete to not win. So I was disappointed in myself, and, I think I could have been better, but it is what it is. And she was like, well, actually, this is why we're on the call, because I wanted to tell you that you're actually the British champion, because the guy who won is actually already a pro. So we're stripping him of the title, and you're going to be the British champ. So it's very bittersweet. Like, it's really cool, because that's what I set out to achieve, and it's come to fruition in the most strange way at the end of the season. But it's it doesn't, like I said on my story last night, it doesn't change how I looked. It doesn't change my goals. It doesn't change anything moving forwards. But it's almost a relief of like, okay, like all of that time and the effort that I put in for that goal that I did set out to achieve. It's like I actually got it in the end, which is in the most strange way. I did still get there, but it doesn't change how I looked. Like I still need to be bigger. Still need to be better. If I'd have done the BMBF, I wouldn't have won the British title. I didn't win the British title at the UKDFBA.
You didn't win a single qualifying show. Like, you know what I mean? When you think about it like that. Like,
well, what did I do? I came second.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah. Third. The third? No.
No.
Third in Classic, that's what it was.
Third in Classic, but that was just Golden Era.
Golden Era. Yeah, Golden Era. You should have won that.
Yeah. I should have bought my Classic trunks on for the Golden Era.
You would have won that.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, like, it doesn't make me a better bodybuilder now.
No.
It doesn't change anything. It just is it's nice to have that title, and it's nice to almost have that recognition, and fair play to the WMBF for sorting it out, because like I said in my story, they could have easily been like, well, Finn's not said it, so don't worry. Because I didn't say anything. So yeah, thank you to the WMBF, and thank you to Steph. And that's not me being political and being like, oh, I love the WMBF. That's not the case at all. Like, it's just nice that they did the right thing. And again, me and Steph had a good chat yesterday about like how people favour federations, and she was like, I say to everybody to compete across multiple federations, like as a coach and stuff, and so that was quite refreshing to hear that. And like even with Josh, like I said to her, I was like, oh, it's really disappointing that Josh couldn't do the WMBF because he was obviously in Romania, and she was like, yeah, it was really disappointing, but like he did great. Like she wasn't like bitter about it in any way.
No. And
to be fair, Jack that won teens, really good.
Jack,
I think his name's Jack Burbank or something. Let us know if you listen to the podcast, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, have a look when you get a chance. I'll show you him. He's really good. Like he'd have pushed Josh. It'd have been close. He's really good. Yeah,
that's cool. Is that his only show, or is he doing?
I don't know.
I'm guessing maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe Two Bros Natural.
He's really good. Like, I've not seen him. I know Josh sent me his profile, and I was like, "Nah, you'll be sound." Like, because I just to make sure Josh is confident. And to be fair, like I still think Josh would beat him.
But it would have been
he's
close.
good. Yeah, like he's good.
That's quite exciting.
Yeah.
So yeah, so pretty much that's that. Moving on to forward plans, show plans. Vegas, Josh.
Yeah, so Josh obviously did the Europeans, the IMBA, PMBA Europeans, won that in the teens, came third in the juniors, and then came fourth in the overall. So he's going to Vegas to do the Natural Olympia. He's going to be doing, I'm pretty sure we'll be entering teens, maybe juniors.
And open, just
if they've got a teens, we'd have to check. But no, I think he is going to do open, because otherwise you don't get a chance to do the overall.
Oh, okay.
So we'll put him in open short, or open lightweight, whatever it is. I'm sure it'll be short, because that's what they do with the UKDFBA. And just see what happens. Filling him up a good amount more. He was really flat, like he was flat the day before, but not drastically. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to like push him too much, because with his digestive issues and stuff, like I always want to be on the on the side of caution with Josh, because if you try and push a lot of food in, like in the past, he's not dealt with it well. And then the day of the show, he sent me his check-in. I said, "You've been on your feet more, haven't you?" And he was like, "No, not really. Yesterday was like this." And I was like, "Yeah, but in the days leading up to the show, you've been on your feet more." And he was like, "Yeah, like obviously he went shopping, he went to the spa, and like he'd just been more active. Yeah. He'd been busier, and you could see it in his physique. He just looked flat." But I didn't say to him, "Yeah, you look flat," because it was the morning of the show. Like I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, you look flat," like shit. It was just like, okay, here's a bit more food, enjoy the show, because obviously I was competing the same day. Yeah. It was like difficult to be managing everything. Like obviously I'm not gonna be able to get him messaging me all the time throughout the day, because I had clients competing anyway, and I was competing myself. But yeah, he definitely was flatter. But the thing is, he's that good. You can run him into a teen class flat, and he's probably going to win anyway. Or he is going to win anyway. Yeah. Like he's done a couple of shows this season where he's been flat and he's still won. Yeah. Whereas if he's like at his best, like he was at the UKDFBA qualifier, he won the overall. Yeah. So feeding him up now, and then obviously we have to work around the travel time and potential. Like he's going to hold some fluid with the flight and the fact that it's going to impact his sleep routine and things like that. So giving him more food now, and then we'll probably have a couple of low days or around the travel time. But yeah, me and Reese are going to be looking at booking it today, or at least planning it, and then I'm going to jump on a call with Josh tonight, and we're going to get that booked. So Vegas, baby, here we go. So that's
hitting up the casinos.
That's going to be fun. We will, mate. 100% we'll be hitting up the casinos. I'm going to make sure I'm going to almost put a certain amount aside and be like, do not let me
Do
spend
not go over this
anymore.
I said to my mum earlier, I was like, I'm coming back with 10 grand less, and she was like, you won't. You'll be you're too tight.
We'll both put a limit on how much we can spend for the whole holiday.
25 grand.
No, like 5 maybe maximum. But that being said, you could come back with 100 grand.
Yeah, you could, therefore 50 grand.
5 grand on red as soon as I get in there.
First one, right? How much? What's your maximum? 5 grand. All right, 5 grand on red. Go straight away. You go
black.
5 grand on black. Fuck. You go black. I'll go red. One of us wins.
Comes out as green. It'd come out as 0. It would, mate. That'd be typical.
Yeah.
So we're going to
that'd be good. And then literally other than that, it's been pretty much shows are wrapping up. I had PCA finals 4 men's physique guys on the junior men's physique stage out of 10, not out of 11. I could have had, I think, 7, which is quite cool to think like that's 7. Like I could have had 7 people on the junior men's physique lineup, which is quite cool. So that was definitely a coaching first. And then the following weekend, Connor won the FitX British title. So it's been pretty much positive vibes all across. Pretty much positive vibes. Trying to get in some questions and all that sort of stuff.
What time will?
Got like 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Yeah, I reckon we could do a few questions. Yeah, to be fair, 25 past, so 15 minutes. So yeah, that's that. It's been pretty good. It's been pretty good.
Yeah.
First question. Why does Finn look like he follows a keto diet when he's on stage? Because he's natural. That's why.
Who's put that?
Selling account 127, definite burner account. Burner account. So Finn, why do you look like you don't eat any carbs? You just look like you follow keto.
Because I'm small and trying I err on the side of caution when it comes to trying to. I've definitely been. The thing is, I'm not the biggest guy on stage. You know what I mean?
No.
I've won a British title now, but I've done well based on my condition.
Yeah.
Like I didn't place at any of these shows based on being the biggest guy. There were guys bigger than me in every single show that I did.
Yeah.
But I still managed to place 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah.
At these shows based on that. I could have probably been fuller at a good amount of them, but still, like,
maybe not do keto next time.
Yeah.
So maybe eat a few carbs.
Keto diet's not good for me.
Yeah.
But no, definitely been a case of like playing to my strengths of condition rather than being like, oh, I'm going to be as full as fuck and be the biggest guy on stage.
Yeah. Do you want me to say, I got asked, train with Spence, garage gym, 40k budget. We answered this last week.
Yeah.
Last time. We didn't.
He's
been sat there. No, we did it quick. We could do it quick. Because we said it really quickly. Basically, the guy's asked, 40k budget, specific kit for bodybuilding training, any help appreciated. Mate, we've already answered this.
But we did, but we lost the audio.
Yeah, we lost the audio. I think we said off the top of my head,
a decent Smith. We said it'd be about the size of this room.
Yeah, we said
a decent Smith machine.
Cybex Bravo.
Yeah, we said a decent set of cables because you got 40 grand. You got a good amount of money.
Yeah.
So Cybex Bravo, a decent Smith machine.
Leg curl, ham curl hybrid.
Yeah, or actually just a decent leg curl.
No, leg curl, leg extension.
And a decent leg extension.
Yeah.
And then we said, if you've got room, get a decent leg press / hack.
Yeah.
Hybrid.
Yeah, and then like a rack of dumbbells.
Yeah, and a good bench.
Yeah, that's what we said pretty much. Sound. There you go, mate. 40k.
He's asked me as well.
Yeah, he desperately needs to know.
Yeah.
He's like, guys, please. I don't know. The thing is, what about one of those questions? What do you actually enjoy doing? Like, that's what I'd almost say. Like, instead of asking us, what, like, because
if you never do a hack squat, then don't buy a hack.
Yeah. Like, and if you
love barbell squats, get a good barbell and a good squat rack.
Imagine he's like, I love preacher curls. Just buy a preacher curl machine then. Like, I wouldn't ever buy a preacher curl, but if you love them, crack on, man. Yeah. You know.
Jasper B Fit. What's a gym which each of you haven't been to, which you'd want to train at?
Le Coach. Who said that?
Yeah, Le Coach. I haven't been to Muscle Bound yet either.
I might be there on Saturday.
Yeah,
might be there on Saturday. You need to say True Muscle and Pure Muscle and Fitness in Toronto. Wicked gym. Yeah, really good gym.
Josh C Fit, the teen goat. You said you weren't as happy with the WNBF finals look. Why? Reasons behind this? Already explained it. Mate.
Yeah.
Already gone through that. And then train with Spence, obviously we've just answered.
Yep. Okay, quick one. Phone's locked.
Okay, Sonny Dattany. Opinion on Sam Sulek. Still don't know. Yeah, I know who he is, but I've still not watched any of his things. I'll have to watch some stuff because people love him.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn into him. I'm going to do what he does. That's something like he just drinks loads of chocolate milk.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
The chocolate milk diet. I don't know. I think I've said this before. It's cool that it's content because it's very much like non-edited. Like just sits and has a chat like to a camera on the way to the gym, trains, talks for a session, goes home, talks.
Yeah.
Like it's not. It's the opposite of what content today is.
That's good. Yeah.
Which is quite cool to see it doing quite well. And I think he's just your general sort of gym rat. Like that's almost how he is. We've been asked for a men's physique competitor, when would you pull out leg training? I don't really like that question. Like when would, if it starts to become counterintuitive, but also like you don't need to.
There's less need to pull out leg training for a men's physique guy than there is for a bodybuilder.
Yeah, because if your legs are smashed and you're men's physique, it doesn't really matter.
If anything, they'll probably look better because they'll fill out the shorts a bit more.
Yeah.
Whereas within bodybuilding, if your legs are trashed, you'll have no detail in them on stage.
Yeah.
So I would actually probably wouldn't pull out leg training.
No.
For a men's physique guy.
Yeah. I think
and
maybe
if I would, it'd be
like the last
2-3 session, like 2-3 days before, like the last session that it would be.
And then also I'd say maybe in between shows when you're trying to like manage fatigue, the last thing you're gonna be doing after a show is like if you've got a show the following weekend, it's like right, bro, go and train legs. It's probably like right, you're probably not gonna train legs that week.
If you had to, I would rather them train legs than a bodybuilder.
Oh yeah, 1,000,000%.
Definitely. Yeah,
1,000,000%. I think it's one of those where I've had a few men's physique guys this year, and they've like said to me like, "Oh, my last coach, or we're gonna pull leg days." I'm like, "Yeah, mate, maybe in the final week." Like maybe in the final week, and they're like, "Oh, not like 3 weeks out." I'm like, "No, why would you not train legs for like 3 weeks prior to a show?" Like
so
it makes no sense.
Going to massively change like your energy balance and like your demands on the body. Like, wouldn't make sense to do that.
Yeah,
change it that much that early. Taylor M. White, one of my clients, most difficult moment in prep for both.
I think the problem is it's not just like there's never an intense moment of like this is so difficult.
No, I would say
there's so many issues.
The A1 show, like I wouldn't say it was a difficult moment, but I guess that was when I realised that it had been more difficult than it maybe needed to be.
Yeah.
Other than that, probably coming second at the last show, but then obviously I didn't. But
yeah.
Like how I felt then, it was like, oh right, it's over now, and I've let myself down, and I've not got what I wanted.
Yeah.
So that was a bit shit.
Yeah, I'd say for me, like probably like the last 2 weeks when I was like stripping away everything, but that was gonna be hard. Like I wasn't like shocked. I wasn't like, oh my god, this is so hard. I was like, this is going to be fucking brutal. I'd also say as well, like even that wasn't hard because I already came to terms with it, but I knew like at 6 weeks out, I was like, I am really not looking like a men's physique guy anymore. I can bullshit a front pose, but my back was like too thick. It was like, I said to Finn, we've said this on the last podcast that didn't get filmed, like at about 2 to 3 weeks out before we started a podcast, I said to Finn, I was like, I don't think I'm going to be like that good this year in comparison. And Finn was like, yeah, but you're not there yet. Like you look really good. And I did look really good, but just not for men's physique.
Yeah.
But I'd already come to terms with that. So it wasn't like, oh my god, I'm so upset. It was like, okay, cool, this just isn't my class anymore with where the judging criteria has gone and where I've gone physique-wise. But that was like a bit of a sad reality. And to be fair, I'd say what I struggled with the most was like the acceptance afterwards of like, oh, I actually like, I need to like broaden my horizons up because I didn't really have an immediate plan. Like after it, like my first prep, it was like, okay, men's physique. And then going into this prep, it was like, this was the goal. And then afterwards, it was like, well, I'm probably not going to wait for classic. I need to be bigger for open. And it was like, I'm almost like in the middle of all three. And it was like, well, with my like potential and goals, it's like, I don't want to be average at all three. It's like I either commit or I just.
When you've not even got the energy to sort of think about any of that, that's the last thing you need.
Yeah, you're almost thinking
at
like,
that point is questioning which class do I suit. Like,
so it's like, that was probably the hardest point, but that wasn't hard. That was just like a ball ache. It was like, oh, let's just see how things go. But like preps are preps. Like there's never a moment that you wake up and you're like, this is so hard. It's just a collective effort of just slowly becoming slower.
Yeah,
and just
it's more so afterwards that you'll realise like, okay, that was or like something will happen which makes you then think about what you've been doing, and then you can almost go, that was a point where it felt difficult, or I noticed it was difficult, but there isn't a point where you'll go like, oh, you're doing your cardio, oh my god, it's so hard. Like I wouldn't ever let myself even think that.
No, definitely not.
Ask the Big Cheat what his Cycle is for the off season and why? Did you say selling account? Ask me about keto. Yeah, that's them.
Jeez. Yeah. So I did this on my last reel update. I speak about my PE usage on like the reels. So test Primo and to be fair, I say Primo. I've run out of Primo, so I've gone back to Mast because I bought loads when I was prepping. The test Mast currently, but it'll be Primo when that actually comes, and an MPP. And then if we're counting all the like ancillaries on top, so Lantus in the morning, GH, Metformin. I'm trying to think what else. That's pretty much it. I think so. Yeah. There we go, guys. Watch the real update. I'm not going to go into dosages because if anyone hears, oh God, he's taking this, then I'm going to do that. Or to be fair, because the one joy about being in Men's Physique prior is I've never actually exceeded like high androgen loads. So it's like for someone with my muscle mass at 120 kilos, I guarantee 99% of people would be like, oh, he's definitely taking 2 grams. And it's like,
it's not as much as you'd think.
Yeah, definitely not. Like I never exceeded over a gram prior to this like push. So yeah.
Next
me, okay. That was selling account, lovely. Just read this question again. Cam Z Fitness, Cam Z. Good question. We need to get more food questions because obviously Finn's immediately post prep. It would be funny if we both finished prep at the same time and then we both
fucking nightmare.
Yeah, that'd be awful. We'd be going out for food after every
doing
session.
The podcast. We'd be somewhere eating food.
We'd be eating. So, which nationality has the best food?
I'd say it's got to be Italian.
I think that's just drench everything in olive oil and everything's like
pizza is from Italy.
True.
Pizza is very good.
They do good steaks.
Yeah, pasta,
spaghetti.
If someone was to say you're only allowed to have one cuisine, actually, Mexican.
Mexican's very good. But
I had plan burrito the other night.
Yeah. Was it chicken? Do you have chicken?
I got chicken and I got caramel smashed beef.
Got two?
No, I didn't get 2. I got a bowl.
Okay.
And I asked for 2 servings of meat.
Oh,
I didn't want it wasn't going to be an off-plan meal as such. It was fitting it in pretty much.
Yeah.
So I just wanted a lot of protein.
Yeah.
Because I only had 3 meals. Like basically at the minute, I'm pretty much having like 3 meals and then pairing my last 2, like getting something with Shannon or making something together. So the last 2 meals end up being quite high protein.
Yeah.
Which is fine because I feel like I need it. Like especially with the fact that my protein's been a little bit lower in the lead up to shows, just with like keeping digestive stress low and food volume low.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically went and got plan burrito. Yeah, Mexican.
Plan burrito in Loughborough, guys.
Yeah, incredible.
Fantastic, yeah.
Mexican food, to be fair, is up there. Italian. I would say
English fish and chips.
I'd say like mate, English cuisine is
full
English breakfast is nice.
Never had one.
Yeah, you mental. Yeah. But like like people be like, oh, American like burgers and fries.
No,
like
I wouldn't want to eat that every day.
There's
a time and a place.
I haven't even had a burger post show.
No.
Like
I had a burger last night. 5 guys.
Yeah, I know you did. You fat bastard, fat mess. You are actually a bastard, aren't you?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
I'm a bastard. Fuck. Mum and Dad weren't married, and then before they could get married, Dad just decided to die.
Speaking of you being a bastard, you're 2 inches in your mum, and your dad is 2 inches in you. Which way are you pushing to get
easy.
out?
Straight in front. I've been in my mum once. What's not to love?
You've already been with her.
No, I've already been in my mum when you came out of her.
I thought you were about when you said on the podcast that you sleep with her.
No, I don't know about that. That was season 1.
Mate,
we're season 3 now.
Mate, it's good. That's good for you because you haven't got a dad, so you can go back.
Oh, so I just decided to fuck him up for no reason.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I've got to see my dad. My dad will be in me.
Yeah.
The thing is, this doesn't make any sense because it says which way to get out. You wouldn't get out either way.
No, you wouldn't.
You'd still be in.
Yeah.
But I'd definitely be going into my mum.
Definitely Penny.
Top 3 Mr. Olympia Open Bodybuilding Classic Men's Physique.
We're going to the Olympia next year. We should.
Are we?
Yeah, we should. That
cool.
should be.
We should do it, and we can do we can get more content.
Yeah, I think we should make a note of what we're doing, and we should write that down. Olympia next year, 100%.
Well, later on we can plan next year out if you want.
That'd be good. Yeah.
But you're not allowed to prep.
I know. Fuck. I need to get bigger.
You you don't need to compete next year.
Nah, but I'd like to. But I don't want to.
So, top 3 Mr. Olympia.
Derek won.
I'm going to say Samson. Yeah, I think Samson will be up there.
Derek, Samson, and
Paddy.
Then yeah, I can't see him going from like 1 to. People are having like 5th and 6th. It's like that's not going to happen.
Ramy. I still think.
Ramy's
no, he's not. Is he? I was going to say I still think when Ramy's his best, he's like almost impossible to beat. But yeah, Derek is very good.
Nick 4th, Andrew 5th.
Yeah,
I'd say. Yeah.
Am I forgetting anybody? I haven't followed any of it. I haven't been a person for the past 6 months, so I don't know what is going on in the world.
Yeah.
I've literally just been in here for 6 months.
Yeah.
And I'm not even joking. So
No,
I don't
it's
know.
sad that, isn't it?
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You could tell me this person's not doing the Olympia. I don't know.
Yeah. If it's not in your immediate thoughts,
if it's not me or a client or you or Shannon,
yeah.
like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Even football. I was saying this to a client the other day, Will Razzo. I watched a game. I've been watching Man United.
You don't remember them. Yeah.
Mate, I've been watching Man United's games. I couldn't tell you what's happened in any of them.
Yeah.
I don't know what the scores have been.
Yeah. Because you like daydreaming, but you're not.
But you know
not
what
really
it is
present.
as well. Like often, what I'll do is I'll have my last meal while the football's on.
Yeah.
But like, I'll take 20 minutes to eat my oats, and I've not looked up at the TV once. I'm literally looking at my oats and enjoying the oats.
Yeah.
And then I'll realise, oh yeah, shit, the football's on, and I've not watched it for the last 20 minutes. And then I'll fall asleep in the second half, and then I'll go to bed.
Yeah.
So it's like I've had the football on, but God knows what's happened.
Yeah.
Like Will Razzo was like, oh, I just want to talk about the Man United Blades game. And I said to him in the check, I was like, mate, I watched the whole game. I don't know what score it was. I don't know what happened. I know we won, but I can't remember what happened.
It was honestly, it was like, cause for me, first 6 months of the year was prepping pretty much. So half the year. By the time I got to the end, I was like, it's gone. I don't even like you just get into this like prep bubble mentally, and like again, my prep felt so much shorter than yours, but it was still 6 months. It was 26 weeks. It's only 5 weeks less. Not that long when you think about it. Yeah. But it was like collectively when I like got out of it, you don't realise you're like, oh, there's actually more to life than my next meal.
Yeah, it is
it's survival mechanism. That's all it is. Right.
We didn't say top 3 for classic and men's physique.
Oh mate, have you seen Jeremy Buendia?
Is he competing again?
Yeah, mate, he looks mint. He looks the men's physique lineup's going to be class. Buendia's back.
I don't think I could name 3 men's physique guys. Brandon Hendrickson.
Aaron Banks got beat in the. Did you see that? Oh, so Aaron Banks
got beat. I've not seen anything.
He got beat in a warm up show by Keon. I think is it Keon? The guy that does that. You know, the big black dude who like does this. Yeah, he got beat. So he did a show because he basically said anybody who's like good at the Olympia should hop into any show and be able to win, and he didn't even win. So he got second.
There's that many good people nowadays. Like it's mental. Yeah. Like Jack Eagles, mate. He's gonna be gonna be winning the Olympia soon.
Yeah, he probably will. To
be fair, fair play to Jack. Like he's looking very, very good.
No, he looks mint. Yeah.
Although he's fat now.
Yeah, fat mess. Peak off season in 3 weeks.
Did you watch his show day video? Me and Shannon watched it because obviously because Sam did it as well. We wanted to watch it, and like Shannon was like, "I love it because Sam's done it. I love that Sam's done it. He's so good."
Yeah.
It was really good.
I watched
Fair play, Sam. It was a very, very good video.
Like the announcement and stuff like that, but I haven't like sat and watched it.
Yeah,
he's just talking a bit too much, and Jack's just got the personality of a fucking stone.
To be fair, like you could tell he was
trying.
he sound like, but like it was funny. It was like he was almost pretending that he didn't care for the pro show, but you could tell that he did care. Of course, he cared.
Yeah,
like, he was making out, I'm going to do shit. He kept saying like, I'm not going to place. And it's like, mate, like you look fucking really good. Just really good. Accept it. You look really good. Enjoy it. Like, But no, it was cool. It was good. So yeah, classic. Jack Eagles
1, Sebum 2, and then Dino whatever.
Yeah, he's good to be fair, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, Sebum. Is he doing it?
Yeah, Sebum. Yeah. Myron Max, number 2.
Myron Max, yeah. Shout out Myron Max, best looking man in the world.
Yeah.
He does listen to it, doesn't he? He listened to it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Or maybe someone
Miles sent it to him.
Oh, did
apparently. Yeah. So yeah, no, Sebum. I don't really know the classic dudes. He's pushed up. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, he's good.
Like, and then
Wesley Vissers.
Yeah, Wesley. But Wesley's
Jack's
always
mate.
Yeah,
I don't think he's ever that.
No,
he
looks mint
good,
on his own, but then when he stands next to people, he's
not
too blocky and like he's just a bit like.
I don't think he's ever in as good condition as the top guys.
No, definitely not. So yeah,
and then men's physique we kind of spoke about.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ebanks, Buendia, Hendrickson.
I don't think I can't imagine Jeremy Buendia comes back after that long and wins or
mate. If not joking, he looks fantastic. I'll get his Instagram up now.
Yeah, but he always looks good.
Yeah, I know.
Like
if he turns up and
depends how he looks compared to the other guys because he always looks.
But if Jeremy Buendia is 100%, he wins everything. Like he beats Aaron.
I don't think he does though. You think that and you say that just because of his past. Yeah, he is very, very good, but I don't think after this long away he'll come back and be at the standard.
Yeah,
I think he'd be like top 5 potentially, but it's changed since he did it. Like, I know he's obviously put on a lot of muscle as well, but it has changed a lot since then. Also, he's a twat.
Yeah, definitely. We got asked Jack Eagles / Josh Campbell on the pod soon? Question mark.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
we're gonna get more guests on. We've got like loads of people that we do want to get on.
We need to get Josh Coggan back on after
We'll
done
get Josh
done
on,
really well.
Get Jack on. We'll get other Josh on.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Josh Jenkins on.
Yep.
And we're gonna get Noah on.
Yep.
We're gonna get Shannon and Sanaya on. We're gonna get my mum and Reese's mum on.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Nicola from A1 on.
Okay.
Yeah. She keeps asking.
That would be crazy.
She'll love it, mate. It's the fact that I've said that as well. She'll be buzzing.
Yeah.
She wants to come on with Shannon. I don't know why.
No.
She can do if she wants. But I'd like to get Nicola on her own. That'd be good. Or Nicola and Kenny.
Yeah. Connor Flanagan would be mint to go on.
Yeah.
Connor's such a good... He'd be class. Like...
Yeah. There's loads of people.
Yeah.
Like, loads of people that we do need to get on. We will do, so bear with us, guys. But we will be getting people on. I've got a few more questions, but we'll probably go through them next time.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Which clients, given their soul to prep this season, did the results speak for themselves? I mean, most of our clients, like, both of us, like, I think giving your soul, you just do what you need to do.
Yeah, I'm not going to be like, oh, this person's put so much more in than anyone else. Like, it's not really the case. You do what is needed, and you could almost say, oh, the results speak for themselves. They do to an extent, but also, like Niall, for example. Like, Niall put everything into his prep. Like, there's things, he could have done better, but that's the same with everybody.
Yeah.
But if Niall had have done something a bit better, would he have won all his shows? No, because he came up against people who have got more muscle than him and who are ultimately, at the time of competing, better bodybuilders than him.
Yeah.
Same with me. Like, yeah, I won the British title at the end of the day, but if other people that were better than me turned up, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Like, simple as that. If Charlie had turned up, which he would have done if he didn't go away, I'd have probably got beat.
Yeah.
If... Who else beat me? Timo, Mattia. Like, if these people had turned up, I'd have not won. So you can't control who's there on the day. All you can control is what you do and the effort that you put in. And I'm proud to say that all my clients did me proud this year.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's that. Right, guys. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed. Back to it. I think we need to get back into a routine now. Thursdays, podcast days.
Yeah, we'll be bringing out a couple of episodes a week minimum.
Yeah.
We'll be filming 1 day a week minimum.
Yeah, and to be fair, even like post-workout on some of the days
you
train local.
Make sure you follow along. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you story tags.
Yeah, story tags, guys. All that sort of jazz. So yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thanks as always. We'll catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.